bulletin. Let's get you some live updates which are coming in from Afghanistan. After Kabul has fallen to Taliban, now shocking visuals are coming in from the Kabul airport. These visuals from the airport tell you just how scared the people is, how this regime of terror has returned to Taliban after Kabul fell to Taliban. Remember, the president Abdul Ghani has also fled the nation. Astonishingly quick collapse of the government has happened. The visuals that we are about to show to you are from the airport, which will show to you just how people are so very worried about it. Look at the thousands of people that you can see flocking towards the airport in a desperate bid to try and get out of the nation. With the terror group taking over the presidential palace on Sunday night, it has triggered fear as well as panic in the capital city of Kabul. As you can see, there are people who are literally there on the runway trying desperately to get a seat in these aircrafts in order to try and get in. Look at the way people are desperately fighting to get inside the aircraft. All of them have rushed into the runway. That is the desperation, and hitting each other, kicking each other, trying to get on to the flyway. And it is rather sad to see that this kind of panic, the fear, there are women and children who are there in the airport as well, trying desperately to get out of the nation. Remember, the Taliban are in control of Afghanistan after President Ashraf Ghani has fled the nation, conceding the terror group had won the 20-year-long war. These visuals are reflective of the panic and the terror which has gripped the people there. The astonishingly quick collapse of the democratically elected government of Afghanistan. Let me go across to Srinjoy Chaudhary, who's joining us, our national affairs editor. Srinjoy, the situation is so very dire that these visuals of desperation of people to simply flee the country are telling a story of its own.
Yes, and no one had any time to make these plans, because the collapse of the Afghan National Army has been so sudden and so complete that nobody imagined even a month ago that the Taliban forces would be at the gates of Kabul and would take over Kabul in less than 48 hours. It's surprising that there was no fighting at the gates of Kabul. The gates were virtually open and the Taliban walked in. Now, this is something ordinary people did not realize. No one imagined that the collapse would be so sudden and so complete, which is why all those people who have links with the former government, with the Ghani organization, are even bureaucrats, writers, poets, all these people, singers, many of these people feel that they will not be welcome in the Taliban era, which is why they want to flee. And as you are well aware, there will be problems with women, there will be problems with minorities. So all these people want to leave as quickly as possible. If they have the opportunity, they will go to Tajikistan or Uzbekistan or Iran. As it is, the border crossings have been taken over by the Taliban. So there is perhaps only one way out, and that is by airplane. The Americans have already made arrangements for all American citizens and all those Afghans who work with the American government and the American embassy in Kabul and other places. So whether they are drivers, whether they are interpreters, all these people who associated themselves with the Americans will be taken away. The same will apply to smaller extents to other countries. And India, now we are coming to India, everything is ready for a return of Indian officials, Indian citizens for Afghanistan. As you know, the Air India flight is already flying. So as a result, it will probably happen over the next 2 or 3 days.
Well, in fact, do stay on with us. Let me go across to Pradeep Datta also, who's joining us. Pradeep, we've seen the desperation of the Afghans trying to leave Kabul right now, the way that they are jostling to even get up on the plane. What happens from here onwards? Is India likely to open, as Srinjoy was telling us, that there will be an Air India flight? How many refugees is India willing to take? Any kind of clarity coming from that front? Many of them have already landed here. Well, I believe we don't have Pradeep Datta. I'm not quite sure what the instruction was there. Let me go back across to Srinjoy Chaudhary. Srinjoy, we are looking at the visuals right now. What happens from here on? What are going to be the implications of this for India?
Well, there are two or three things. You asked about the refugees. First of all, India will probably take some refugees. Naturally, you can't take the whole city of Kabul or the whole country. But people who are associated with India and have visas, there are two or three things that have to be worked out. There are Afghans who are right here in India on visas. So will those visas be extended? That is something the government will look at, the Home Ministry will look at. And yes, along with all Indian citizens, you would expect some Afghans who have been close to India to get visas to come to India. That is certainly possible. As far as the strategic position is concerned, well, this was something unexpected. Nobody imagined that the government would fall so quickly, that the Afghan National Army would collapse so quickly. After the question that is asked is, they were trained for 20 years by the Americans. So what happened? What happened to all the weaponry? What happened to all the training? What happened to all the ammunition? Also, importantly, now that what has happened, how does India deal with it? In the past, India had no relationship with the Taliban. In recent time, during the talks, we have not heard India saying conclusively that yes, we are talking with the Taliban. But India has said on various occasions that we are talking with all those who are involved in the peace talks. The Taliban is involved in the peace talks, or was. So therefore, India has certain issues to look at.